Well, guys, listeners, I have a wonderful person here with me today. It is Miss Margo K. She is the moment. She's an icon. She's just amazing. And guess what? She's here on the Corey podcast today. Hello, Miss Margo K. How are you?
I'm great, and thank you for such a glorious intro.
My goodness.
Appreciate it.
Oh, well, it is deserving of a queen. You're
Thank
looking
you.
fabulous this morning.
Oh, thank you.
And do you know, I went and I shuffled about and I said, you know what, let me try to find something. But I learned a long time ago that you don't outdress the king, and in your case, the queen. But I still want to, I threw in some Vivian Westwood, little pearls.
I love it. I got crystals on today for you
Oh,
this
look
morning.
at you. And a lovely flower. Is
Thank
that out of your
you.
own personal garden?
Yes.
The secret garden.
Yes, yes.
Well, I have to welcome you once again. And thank you so much for coming onto the show today. I really appreciate you for that.
Of course. Anything for you, Corey.
Oh, thank you. And for those of you who don't know Miss Markle K, we met, what was it, maybe 5 years ago? I was shopping per usual.
Why not?
Why not? And I can remember in my mind, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I just looked across, and I think our eyes locked at the same time. I feel like you were wearing leather pants and some type of wonderful cashmere top. I don't know what it was, but in the moment I was like, I need to know her.
Yes, that's what I was wearing. Yes, I was wearing a pair of R13 leather
Oh,
pants
yes.
and just a simple theory cashmere sweater.
See?
I
Oh,
remember.
and it was just glorious. And I was just like, you know what? On this winter day in Ann Arbor, this is the person I need to be talking to just warm me.
Oh, thank
It was love at first sight.
you. Ditto.
So listen, I want to start at the beginning with you. Can you kind of paint a picture for me and for the listeners? What was it like growing up in Detroit for you? And what kind of energy did you have as that city girl?
Oh, I loved growing up in Detroit. It was, for me, magical. I went to Catholic school in Detroit, so of course I had to wear a uniform.
Mm,
But I spiced up that uniform, and that started at an early age. I would say fourth grade, maybe, that I
ah,
tested all the nuns at Catholic school.
I
Uh,
love that.
but the city itself, my mom would always take us out shopping, and it's not that we bought a lot. I grew up very middle class, but
Mm,
I didn't know anything better.
okay.
Yeah, it was perfect.
You were giving the nuns some run for their money.
I was giving the nuns a run for their money. Um, and how I did that was to be creative with my socks because that was the only thing that was allowed
That you could change.
that I could change. So
Oh
that's
my
what I would
gosh.
do. Yeah.
You and I, we think so much alike. I can remember as a child, I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist church. And so it was very rigid, and everybody, the boys just wore black suits or gray. But I can remember asking my grandmother for socks with hot dogs or something on them, but I would express myself through socks.
Yes.
I relate to
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, but that just
No,
really,
no. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's perfect.
this is about you, not me.
Yeah.
Okay, so continue with your socks. I bet the nuns really love that, right? Or didn't.
Some socks more than others. But it, you know, it it was fun, and it, I had to deal.
Hmm.
I had to deal with the outfit that I was
Candid.
handed to me.
And as a creative, I know that was we know now because we have all of our psychiatrists and our therapists. It's like when they try to contain a creative person, it's like you have to find some way to let that pressure out, some form of rebellion. So listen, did you grow up around stylish people? Any family members that influenced you?
Oh, my grandma. So this was my grandma on
Hmm.
my father's side. She would she was from New Jersey, but came to live with us every summer. And
Wow.
yes, and she would go to church every day. So every day she dressed up to the nines. And we are
Hmm.
talking the earrings, the necklace, the boucle suits,
Mm-hmm.
and do her hair in a bun. And she would ask each of us who wants to go to church with grandma today. And I would dress up and go to church.
And what I loved about that time is that grandmothers didn't play. And
Oh,
I know
right.
your grandmother probably was just like mine. My grandmother, if you found her on any given day and she was outside of her kitchen, she looked like she was going somewhere. And these days you see people, you see them in the Uggs and the pajama pants.
Oh,
They give Walmart, although I don't go in Walmart, but they try to give us Walmart. Like I was out for a walk the other morning just trying to get a coffee, and I'm just like, why are these people in pajamas?
why is that allowed?
Right, right. Why is that even allowed?
Right.
So. But you know something though, Margo? Detroit has always had its flavor, and New Jersey is much like Detroit. The mindset of the people. They're strong people. They're very fashion forward, and they just mean it.
They mean it.
They mean it.
A to Z.
Yes, yes, 100%. So let me shift for a second. Leading into your creative work, you studied and performed in theater and dance?
Yes.
How did you get to that moment? How did the socks take you there?
Yes. So it started actually with cheer. So
Mm,
I was, yeah, cheerleader for many years. And
okay.
then my older brother, who is a musician, plays drums, he was in all the high school plays. So I would come and watch him practice.
Okay.
And I said, I think I want to do that. So my first play was, do patent leather shoes really reflect up? That was my first
Oh
play.
my goodness.
And after that, I was hooked. And then from there, I went to dance, and
Okay.
I loved ballet and jazz were my favorites. And
Hmm.
I did ballet all through college.
Really?
Yes.
You are so impressive. Like, guys, if you know her, like, I feel so lucky to know her, number one. But it's just like every time, every corner we take, it's just like there's something else. There's something else. Like, how many tiaras are inside of that
Oh
Birkin
my
bag?
God. Oh my goodness.
So, do you feel like with the theater and the dance that there is a link between stage and getting dressed every day?
Oh my goodness, yes. I think about the costumes that I've worn
Mm.
throughout the years, and sometimes I'll take a little snippet
Okay,
and I'll say, I think I can do that when I go to the office.
okay,
So when I worked in a corporate job, I'd put on a suit and I'd put three of my grandmother's brooches on my lapel, three at once. And
wow.
people would look at me and go, wow, I would never think to do that.
Mm.
Or where I got my idea of, which I still do today, is pattern on pattern. And I know a lot of women look at me and they'd say, it's fantastic. I could never do that. And I said, but you can. You don't have to
Yes.
do a stripe as bold as mine or a checkered pant as bold, but
Mm.
you can still weave it in there.
Yeah.
But I've always been a bold dresser.
Okay. But you know what? That's important what you just said, that last part. People look at a person like you and maybe at me sometimes and I'll just catch them staring. I'm just like, "Oh, they don't like what they're seeing." And then they'll be, "I really love that for you." Not trying to be shady. And I think that has a lot to do with our personalities.
Right, right, right.
And when we look at different things, it's just like, this looks good. And I can't explain it myself. So I love when I have someone like you who has perfected this explain it because it makes so much more sense to me. It's more than just OCD for me.
Oh, oh. So I believe that it's not OCD. It's
Okay.
not OCD for you.
Okay. Okay.
This is you. And that's what I always say to myself when I look in my closet and it's all very organized. When I think about what I'm going to wear for the day, I always think, how am I going to feel my best? I
Mm,
want to feel my best.
yeah.
And whoever I'm going to meet, I want to be able to exude confidence, a smile. I mean,
Mm,
whatever it takes. I think my clothes help me with my mental health.
mm. On this show, we are heavy advocates for mental health because I believe it's been so overlooked, and I appreciate that 100% because there are a lot of people who struggle mentally, but the only outlet that they have is fashion, and seeing someone, dressed different than they are. And I've always told my kids, listen, if you see someone and you're thinking they're dressed like Mary Poppins at 6 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? Walking downtown, there's something else to that, and just appreciate the art,
Right,
instead of poking fun or, oh, they look different or why are you wearing a flower in your hair? You know what I'm saying?
right, right. And compliment,
Yes,
compliment
compliment.
that I love to compliment, and
Yes.
I do it truly,
Hmm.
out of,
Because you search
total
for a reason. You're
a
not just
reason.
shooting stuff out of your wazoo,
Right.
If there's a
Exactly.
reason.
Right. And I do it with men too, not only women, I
Me
and
too.
I
And guys, they look so weird when you tell them like, "Hey, I really like the way you're dressed." And like, "Oh, what's that mean?"
right, right. Yeah.
Well, it means you don't smell, you don't look greasy today. I
You
think I
didn't walk
told a
out of
guy
an
that one
alley.
time.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Listen, since we're still inside of the theater right now, I can't let you go without asking you, what's your favorite Broadway production right now?
Gosh. Okay. So the one that I truly have always loved is Rent.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Seen it many times,
I listen
right?
to the soundtrack all the time.
Right. So I have gone to Broadway plays
Mm,
for many, 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 many years. And every time I go with my sister. She lives in Manhattan.
mm.
And sometimes we've seen two in one day.
It's not hard to do.
So, right, right. Um, so, oh my goodness, anything with Kristen Chenoweth
Yeah.
is is my fave.
She's a little firecracker, isn't she?
She is a little firecracker.
Yeah. And
So
Southern too. She's an
Yeah,
Oklahoma
yes,
girly.
yes, yes. But Moulin Rouge is
Okay.
another just a great production
Yeah.
with great costumes.
Yeah, I know. It has to be costumes. I want to see the clothing first, and that really draws me in. Like, what costumes will be worn here?
Right.
My favorite right now has got to be Audra McDonald's Gypsy. It's just, oh, it's
Oh, I
so
have
powerful.
not.
You
See,
have not. You must. But there's so many great ones out there, and of course the remake of Sunset Boulevard.
oh, how'd you know? That's the one
That is the
with,
one.
okay, who's the, now I'm lost for words.
I have to have Patty LuPone. I'm sorry. She is my only Norma. I'm afraid. I'm afraid I have to say so.
I have to say so too. I have to say so too. I,
Yeah. When I look at you, you're just like this fashion enigma, you know. It's more than just, oh well, she has money. She has style. No, there's so much more there. You are so skilled at how you put things together, Margo. And you're known for mixing high-end designers as well as some vintage pieces that just work. I want to ask, what is your philosophy when it comes to getting dressed?
sure, I love to mix vintage. Vintage, I have some of the most beautiful vintage pieces. Uh, and I'll take my Thierry Mugler blazer with big gemstones on it, and I will pair it with a pair of jean shorts.
You guys can't see me, but I'm trembling right now.
Yeah, right. And I'll put on a pair of platform ankle boots
Mhm.
and some very colorful patterned socks scrunched down. And
Hmm.
that's what I wear.
I'm glad you mentioned shoes because you know what? A lot of people are all the rave about talking about bags, and I love a bag, you know. But those Prada loafers that you had on when I met you, I still remember. What is your go-to shoe if all else fails? Like this is my go-to shoe. Maybe one that you have in that weekend bag.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, Prada platform loafers.
See, there should be a book or something, Margo, okay? You need to teach these kids. They look awful. Seriously, they
I have
do.
done some styling in my past.
Oh,
I have, and
oh my
I've enjoyed
gosh.
it going into someone's closet and
Mm-hmm. Saving them. doing
saving
a
them,
fashion,
you
doing a
know,
fashion exorcism.
exorcism, yes, made a big pile, then
Oh,
made pictures. I put together outfits, take a photo, and they know
wow.
exactly what to wear.
Only a professional would think that way. And you are
Yeah,
so
oh,
professional.
well,
Okay, here comes the moment where we have to clutch our pearls a little bit. What did you think about the big announcement a couple weeks ago of Anna Wintour departing Vogue, her coveted position?
her coveted position of 37 years, yes.
Yes. That's
And
huge. What
I
was so
had
what was your reaction?
my reaction was, uh,
You sent over your
what?
resume?
Y- y- yes.
That's what I said
Uh,
to myself. I said somewhere Margot is on her way to Vogue.
I am updating my resume. No.
You shall resume.
So, yes. So I did say wow, but then
Uh-huh.
I did say it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
I did have the opportunity to meet Anna Wintour in Bryant Park. I was at
Listeners.
the Yes, I was at the Narciso Rodriguez fashion
Oh my
show.
goodness. And what did she
And
look at you like? You.
oh, she gave me this look.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I mean, and I was not afraid at all to go right up to her.
No, of course we're not.
No,
No, no.
I just said, a pleasure to meet you. And she just grumbled something I couldn't
Yeah.
understand. And
Look, she's probably already been through your closet
oh,
while you're away at work. She just wanted to make sure, like, okay,
right,
just checking.
right, just checking. Um, but you know what? I think it's needed. And I
Yeah.
think the two prospects that are being looked at right now, the head of
Mm-hmm.
British Vogue.
Yes.
Right. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, Chayomi Nadi.
Yes.
And excuse me if I'm mispronouncing it. I think her being 44, I think that might be needed. I
Yeah.
think it's a
New
good
blood.
new blood.
And I think
Yeah.
Anna has set the standard, and and I hate to sound crass, but she's beaten the dogs back long enough. It's just like, let mama take her rest now.
Right.
Although
Right.
I heard she's not actually leaving out the building, she's just going down just
She's
going down the
going
hall.
down a couple of floors, maybe. Yes.
But you
She's
still can't get
still
on the elevator with her.
right, right, right. She is still in the building. So watch out,
You
girls.
better watch out.
Yes.
I love this. I think it's going to be exciting to have someone new. And I don't know if you saw the Met Gala this last time. I thought it was beautiful. The dandyism. I just think that's
Oh,
so, it just is so reminiscent of just like we talked about with your grandmother and my grandfather. He would put on not just a three-piece suit, but it seemed like a 10-piece suit just to walk down the street to get a paper.
isn't that
And he wore wool in the summer. It's just like, how did you pull that off?
wool in the summer? Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that is style and that is fashion. Meanwhile, I'm sweating here. You know what I'm saying? And my alleged 100% cotton. Just like, how did they pull it out? They didn't even break a sweat.
Never.
They never
Never.
broke a sweat. That's crazy.
Amazing.
It is amazing. Margot, I think one of the reasons people, and I know for myself, I'm speaking for myself, but I believe everybody else believes this too, that people are drawn to you is because of your confidence and you just do it so well. So I have to ask you, how do you stay inspired and with so much intention, you know, and still keep it cute at the same time?
Oh, thank you. So I so I think my confidence came from my father.
Oh,
My father, very confident man. When he entered a room,
mm,
you knew he was there. And my dad worked in the auto industry
mm-hmm.
for many, many years, much
Yeah.
like I did.
Oh, wow.
And I worked in a environment of predominantly men. And if I had to, excuse my language, be ballsy,
Yeah.
I'd be ballsy. And, that's how I survived. And I came to work dressing on the edge in
Mm-hmm.
a very corporate environment. But I loved it. And I loved the reaction that I would get. And,
Mm-hmm.
they would just say, "Oh my goodness,
Mm-hmm.
what are you wearing today?" And, but then
I
they'd
know.
say, but then they'd, look at me and they'd give me "you're
Mm-hmm.
doing it,"
Oh, yeah.
and,
Yeah.
that gave me,
It feels good, right?
it does. And the approval,
Yeah.
that was their approval to
Yeah.
say, keep doing it, because most of the meetings I went into were all men and me.
You know, I feel like, and I want to make sure I make this very clear to our listener, and it's not that we want to be seen in a way like, oh, look at me, look at me.
Right.
But what's more is that we are demanding our respect. And so when you
Yes.
were in those boardrooms, you had to show up to a panel of men who expected you to be small. So I think that your fashion, well, I know your fashion sound the alarm before you got there, like, look, here she comes.
Right.
Take a look at this. And by the way, you're going to play by my book.
Right. And when I got up there, popped up my PowerPoint presentation, and
Yes.
it was all perfect.
Did you pull out the laser pointer?
Oh, yes. I loved the laser
I love a
pointer.
good laser pointer. I'll pull one out in
Yes.
a minute.
Yes.
I think
Shoot,
that's
I
the new
forgot mine
accessory.
today.
You know what? I think we need to reach out to Prada. They need to do a laser pointer charm.
Yes, yes.
Because sometimes people need to just see.
Right.
So, Marco, let me ask you, what would you say to someone right now who's kind of struggling and dealing with feeling unseen, and when it comes to fashion?
So I would ask them who their fashion icon is.
Mm,
Who do they look at? Is it an actor, actress? Is it a playwright? I mean, anyone. It doesn't even have to be someone in the entertainment business.
right.
Who do they look at and go, wow?
Yeah.
And then say, take one piece of that and put it on you and
Mm,
see how it feels. Does it feel right? Or can you wear it a little different? That's what I would coach them to do.
that makes so much sense because growing up, I can remember two teachers that I looked at in that way. The first teacher, her name was Mardella Alexander. There was never an accessory that she wouldn't wear. And I loved that about her. And then my most favorite teacher, Miss Callahan, and she was from Manhattan, and she was so tall. She was like taller than most. She was taller than my gym teacher. And back then to have a tall woman is just like, oh, like what's going on here? But anyway, she was so graceful, and she wore the most pristine St. John suits.
I knew it would be
And
St.
it
John.
was St. John because she was going to Jacobson's and she would tell me about it. And she would be like, she'd be like, what do you know about Jacobson's? And this is me in the fourth grade. So then she doubled back and I was lucky to have her for the fourth and fifth grade. But I still to this day remember how she smelled. And I remember the fabric on her clothing because I would want to touch it. I was a weirdo kid.
Oh
But it was the
no.
most beautiful clothing. And she wore it. And she was a woman of stature. It was just like, look at that. St. John.
And St. John is effortless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put it on. The knit is
Yeah.
so beautifully done.
It
So,
is.
yes.
Oh my goodness. Let me ask you, my good friend, if you could leave our listeners with one truth about style that has nothing to do with trends, and it has nothing to do with brands, what would it be?
Be true to yourself. Don't purchase something just because it's in style.
See, let me cancel my cart over here. I don't need that rodeo bag. Let's see.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
I do. I want it though. Oh my God, but that is so good. That is true
Thank
though.
you.
That is so true. Margo K, you are everything.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, as you are too. As you
You
are
are just
too. I'm
everything.
so glad I met you.
Oh, me too.
Um, yeah.
And and what I have to say, I love that there is a person beneath the clothing. You really are the real deal. You are.
Oh, thank you. And I really try to be truthful and helpful and um, pay it forward. I try to pay it forward. all the time.
Oh, I love that. So for my listeners that are curious about Miss Margo, where would you want them to come and take a look at you on our social media? Where can we find you?
Oh, at Spicy Marg.
Oh,
Definitely.
Spicy March. Guys, and when you
Yes.
get there, you will understand why she is Spicy March.
Yes, I do. You will see fashion, and also I am a big car enthusiast, so you will
Hmm.
see that. So kind of an odd mixture, but
Yeah,
I am a car
it's your palette
girl.
nonetheless. Yeah,
Yes,
look
so
at
you will
that.
find that.
Oh my goodness. Marco, you have made my morning. You have made my week. You have made my moment.
As you have inviting me onto your
Oh,
great podcast. I am
thank you so
truly
much.
honored, and next time I see you, big hugs.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you so much for coming on, and big hugs to you and lots of love. And we
Thank
will talk
you.
again soon. I'm sure of
Thank
it.
you.
Until then, let's stay fabulous, right?
Yes, and kisses, and bye to all your listeners.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks so
Bye
much.
bye.
Bye.